Whether it's a new government policy, economic turbulence, or environmental shifts, things can change fast. The key question is, are you and your teams ready? When it comes to navigating uncertainty and some of the anxieties that our managers and leaders may be going through and experiencing, it is very important to start talking about scenario planning. Scenario planning conversations are very important, especially when it comes to coming up with a number of options that are viable and you can start actioning straight away should some of these options come to life. Scenario planning often comes up in strategic workforce planning conversations, but you can do this exercise separately as well. In this video, I'll take you through a simple 6-step scenario planning template that will help you prepare for a number of possible scenarios so that you can lead with confidence no matter what comes next. I have created a scenario planning conversation template in Notion. You can find a link down below in the description box. If you currently work as an HR business partner or aspire to work as an HR business partner and keen to have those value-add strategic conversations with your business leaders and managers, especially when it comes to navigating uncertainty, this video is for you. Let's start with step 1, which is all about defining our focus area. The goal is to start with a clear and manageable area of focus. It could be a team, department, a business unit, or the whole of the organization. One of the first questions you can ask is the following: what's most at risk or most essential if the world around us change? Maybe it's our supply chain, maybe it's our customer support team, or maybe it's our talent pipeline. This will make the process manageable and make the conversation relevant. The following questions we can consider asking are: why is this area critical to our success? Maybe it's revenue generation, maybe it's compliance, or maybe it's customer retention. Are there any current pressures or upcoming changes in this area? For example, we are focusing on the customer support team because we expect service demand to shift if we expand into new markets or if new regulations increase our workload. In step 2, we need to identify drivers of change. So now let's explore what could shake things up. So there are 2 buckets to look at: external and internal drivers. When it comes to discussing external drivers, most organizations, business leaders and managers tend to use the PESTLE framework, which most people have heard about. It stands for political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental. External drivers might be tariffs, new regulations, new government, political changes, climate issues, or shifts in market demand. Internal drivers could be budget cuts, new technology rollout, restructuring, or staffing issues. One of the key questions we can ask at step 2 is: what's happening around us or within us that could change the way we operate? This will set the stage for more realistic, grounded scenarios. I would also say it's very important to include cross-functional leaders in identifying these external and internal drivers. Their perspectives will help spot early signals of change. Step 3. Now, this is the fun part: building scenarios. These are what-if stories. We are not trying to guess the future. We are preparing for a few likely versions of it. We need to give each scenario a short, clear and memorable title. For example, new tax legislation, major competitor enters market, or green compliance mandate. We then need to talk about trigger points, which is a specific event or signal that this scenario is starting to unfold. For example, government announces new tax on imported goods, or attrition exceeds 10% over 3 months. In terms of assumptions, this is very important to list the number of assumptions, which is all about listing what you're assuming may happen in this scenario. For example, the proposed regulations by the new government are very likely to increase compliance workload by 30%. We should be aiming for at least 1 optimistic scenario, 1 moderate scenario, and 1 challenging scenario to cover a range. Step 4 is all about assessing and understanding the workforce impact. Here's where we get practical. For each scenario, we need to ask, how would this affect our people? Would we need more employees or fewer employees? We need to talk about different skills. Will remote work become essential or less viable? This step connects this scenario to our real workforce plans when it comes to hiring, training, retention, and operations. We really want our leaders to be able to say, if this happens, if this scenario happens, here's how we would respond, and here's how our people would adapt to it. Step 5 is all about creating an action plan. So let's turn planning into action. For each scenario, we need to define specific next steps. We'll want to cover what we'll do next, who will lead it, when we'll act, and what resources will we need. For example, if tariffs go up, we'll move part of the supply chain and start training regional operations managers. The head of operations will own that and will act within 30 days of the trigger. This is where our strategy and scenarios become real. And the last step, step 6, is all about monitor and review. So this is all about building in regular reviews. We don't want this to be done as an activity and then it goes away, collects dust in someone's inbox. A great plan is only useful if it's kept fresh and talked about on a regular basis. So we need to choose 2 to 3 indicators to track. Maybe there is a political announcement, attrition data, or market signals. Then we need to set a review rhythm. Is it monthly, quarterly, or whatever fits our pace? Scenario planning should grow and evolve with our businesses. It's not one-time event. As a top tip, I would add scenario tracking to our existing reporting dashboards or monthly ops reviews. And finally, we shouldn't aim for perfection. We should be aiming for practical preparedness. Scenario planning is a great tool that can give us some element of control in a world of uncertainty. Instead of reacting in panic, it's very important to act with purpose because we have already thought it through. If you would like some additional support and assistance, you can always book one-to-one calls with me, as well as join my expert HR Business Partner Academy. These are weekly sessions I run every Saturday and Sunday for a small monthly subscription fee. You can come around as a guest to check it out if you aren't sure whether you want to join or not. I cover all sorts of technical topics, as well as tools and toolkits we can start using straight away in our roles. If you've liked this video, there are many other similar ones on my channel. I would like to point you to my HR Business Partner Masterclass playlist with all sorts of videos helping HR business partners start in their roles with confidence and clarity.